Good morning, Dopey. Your favorite podcast, now a YouTube show. Good morning, Dopey.
Hola. Welcome to Dopey, the podcast on drugs, addiction, and dumb shit. Also, this is Good Morning, Dopey. Here, let me drink from my...
Why do you sound like you're sleeping?
I don't know. I'm...
Because it's supposed to be morning?
Good morning,
Like,
Dopey.
you should open the show and it should be like a lot of fanfare and, hey, what's up?
All right, maybe you should open this one. Here, why don't you roll the video again? You could open this one. Coming at ya. All right, today's February 11th. I'm going to read some comments. That's my favorite thing to do. Literally, in the world. Reading comments is my favorite thing. So you guys should fucking leave more comments, watch more videos, tell your friends.
Subscribe.
Oh, shit. We just got a comment this second.
The good or bad one?
Chris Mitchell says, keep it up. I have faith in both of you.
Am I the other?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Isn't that nice, Howie?
It's very nice. Someone has faith in me.
Howie has another YouTube channel called The Music Shed, and they have 100,000 subscribers, and we have like 2,100. So if you're not subscribed to this, can you please subscribe to? You've won?
No, I said it's my fault.
No, just please subscribe to this thing.
I will.
All right, here. Have you subscribed to this?
I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to the channel. Maybe not. I don't know. I might not be. All right. What are we up to? The February 11th?
There we go.
1991. What year is it?
I enjoy listening to you both so much. Thanks for breaking down another semi-cryptic passage and helping us understand what the fuck Bill was saying. Love you both. Howie's office style looks to the camera make me crack up. Like that, Howie?
Oh, nice.
You like that?
Very nice.
Today, what?
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Why is it so cryptic?
What?
This writing. Why isn't it just plain English? Let's just get it out there. Let's put it out there. What's today? Boom.
I think it's like writing from the 30s or something.
Yeah, but I mean, someone could have updated it. No,
They don't update anything because it worked, and they felt like if they updated it, maybe it wouldn't work as well.
All right, that's a fair point.
Today is February 11th. The limits of self-reliance. We asked ourselves why we had them. Fears. Wasn't it because self-reliance failed us? All of my character defects separate me from God's will. When I ignore my association with Him, I face the world and my alcoholism alone and must depend on self-reliance. I have never found security and happiness through self-will, and the only result is a life of fear and discontent. God provides the path back to Him and to His gift of serenity and comfort. First, however, I must be willing to acknowledge my fears and acknowledge their source and power over me. I frequently ask God to help me understand how I separated myself from Him.
That's the whole thing?
Yeah. I was distracted.
Very
when I read
gaudy.
it. All of my character defects separate me from God's will. Right. When I ignore my association with Him, I face the world and my alcoholism alone and must depend on self-reliance. I have never found security and happiness through self-will, and the only result is a life of fear and discontent. God provides the path back to Him and to His gift of serenity and comfort. First, however, I must be willing to acknowledge my fears and understand their source and power over me. I frequently ask God to help me understand how I separate myself from Him. This is interesting to me because it is very gaudy, but it's all about really the way you digest this thing. Last weekend, I went to my meeting and my sponsor was celebrating 18 years.
Wow.
And he talked about, lots of people talk about 12-step being a we program. You know, you drink alone, but we get sober together. And he was very much talking about getting sober together with his, fellow alcoholics and addicts and his sponsor and his sponsee and his higher power. And he was just very much saying, like, if you do have a higher power, it is always a we. And you're never relying on on yourself because you're always in the company of this other thing. I think, though, that the we with the fellowship, the we with your sponsor, the we with your fellows, the we with your sponsees, plus your higher power creates a situation where you're not run on self-will. And if you are run on self-will, your fear, your defects, your laziness, your procrastination, your lust, your sloth, all these things get in the way of feeling okay. Because once you're operating in your defects, you're not operating in the light, and that's when shit goes wrong, basically.
Okay.
All right.
Like if you're left up to yourself, to your own, what do they call
devices.
Yeah, that
Self-will run riot.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Self-will run riot is like when you want and want and want something because to make you feel better because you don't feel good enough already. Mm-hmm.
What happens for people who are already religious that are trying to digest this? Who already...
I think usually... because this isn't religious. This is spirituality.
I mean, well,
right.
okay,
but what you usually find, right, if it's a religious person who's an addict or an alcoholic, when they're using or drinking or whatever, they're usually 99% of the time separated from these spiritual principles that keep you whole without the substance, right? If you're spiritually strong, you're not fucking shooting dope and drinking all day and fucking other people and fucking up your job and ruining your life because you're operating like in a healthy, wholesome way.
That makes sense.
Right.
I could buy that.
So I think that when a really religious person comes into a program, a 12-step program, they remember all the reasons they were religious in the first place. And they're like, why did I become so fucking debaucherous? Why did I lose my connection to this good thing?
Right.
That's usually, I think, what I hear. And then there's a ton of people I go to the meetings that were like altar boys and went to Catholic school, but they never were religious. They were forced into it. They knew every catechism and every bit of scripture, but they didn't live it. Yeah. And they were fearful of God. God wasn't some good force. It was like this thing that was going to punish you. So
a lot of learning.
For who?
Goes on at these meetings. There's just a lot of stuff to learn.
It's a lot of experience, a lot of different people's different experiences. I certainly didn't go to religious school. You know what I mean? I didn't go to parochial school or even I went to Hebrew school, but we didn't learn anything. We learned about like Israeli tanks and irrigation in Israel and how
the important stuff.
How like 10 Syrian tanks couldn't take out one Israeli tank.
The important stuff.
That was all. And I learned one Hebrew word, which was babayit, means in the house.
You never learned that song that that song that goes like Ma is what, me is who. You never learned that?
No,
that Hebrew song?
Let's hear it.
I don't remember how it starts, but it's like Ma is what, me is who, shalom means hi, how do you do, Ken is yes, lo is no, it's fun to sing the words we know.
No. See that your Hebrew school was way better than mine.
That's the only thing I remember.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Amazing.
It really is. Well, that's good. See, there we go. Now, is the whole month of February surrounding God?
Every month is all God.
Yeah, but this one seems particularly heavy.
It's not.
No,
that's the same as. Yeah, we got a long year coming up.
Same as every other month.
Next month is just about like cool animals. The third month is just about like narwhals and fucking like marmosets and shit. It's like a really exciting one.
Look forward to it.
Yeah. And then the fourth month is just like skateboards, fucking submarines and jetpacks and stuff. The fifth one is like hot girls. That's the fifth step is just like
everybody connects.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody finds a month.
The sixth one is like action thriller movies and stuff, and then it gets back to God. The seventh one is God again.
That's a lot. It's a lot of God. If you have a trouble with that, that's got to be tough.
I think the really difficult part is that the writing, they're trying to talk about spirituality.
Yeah.
But the only way they can talk about it in this language is God.
Sure.
His will. His.
Sure.
It's like the dominion of the Lord in this book is crushing.
Yeah.
But the actual idea of spirituality is incredibly open and freeing.
Sure.
And it doesn't come out in
That's
the
what I'm
writing.
saying. I'm surprised that there's no modern
There
interpretation.
could be.
I mean, what would stop someone from saying, let me sit down with all of these daily lessons and rewrite them, not copy what's already been written, but rewrite them from a slightly more modern point of view that maybe more people could connect with.
Nothing. I mean, it's just going to be jumping through hoops and a lot of people hating on you because you're not the old thing. And then it's just like, I mean, like somebody, Misty, you know, this incredible Dopey fan who hates 12-step shit.
Okay.
She was like, why don't you do the Dopey reflections instead of the daily reflections?
Like just make them up?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like the third
Well, that'd
month
be
can
hard to do every day. I
No
mean,
shit.
They have a blueprint for daily. But although a lot of them are kind of the same from what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Which just sounds like, you know, you're sort of reinforcing.
Tomorrow it's like orangutans are cool.
Right.
They're orange. Dr.
Right.
Zayas is one. What do you
Nice.
guys think? I mean, like what would a Dopey reflection be? I
Oh
don't
my
even
God,
know.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Well, first it would start with like a behind the dope story.
Right.
And then why that's not a good choice. I don't know. I don't know. I can't even imagine. Have you ever had like a rabbi or priest on the show?
No.
Because I'm very curious what that would be like. Someone who has some experience, either personally or has some background in the area and provides that kind of support to their their community. I think that could be kind of an interesting thing to hear that perspective, because they're way more connected than anyone. They don't need an excuse to get connected.
Well, that's an interesting question.
Theoretically,
Right.
They're way more connected. So someone who's personally struggled with it, that's an even bigger mind fuck. If you're already super religious,
Well,
and
even
you're-
better, like a drug addict rabbi who got sober.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
that is a big mind fuck. But then there's also someone who's like, I deal with this in my congregation all the time, and I could tell you the kind of discussions we have. I can't imagine it's very different.
I had a friend who I went to elementary school with who became a rabbi. And
Scott?
Scott who?
I don't know. Timothy? What was his name?
What are you talking about?
I'm trying to guess his name.
His name was Joseph.
I was going to say that.
Rabbi
All right,
Joe.
Put his Instagram handle over here.
And I met with him when I just got sober. He had not a clue about recovery, spirituality in the context of this. I actually just went to a bar mitzvah and like I had a pretty bad experience, like because I not like somebody really like molested
What
me
are
in
you
the
talking
bathroom.
about?
Some elderly cantor
didn't
like
enjoy it?
had
The
their
music
way
was
with
too
me.
loud?
Yeah, the cantor sang off key.
Right.
You know.
What do you mean you had
the
a bad
humming caution
experience?
wasn't to my liking. Okay. We're sitting here like on a daily basis reading these passages about spirituality and kind of God stuff and doing the next right thing and like helpful things, right?
Okay.
And so like I didn't remember anything I ever read in temple, but we go to temple to read a bunch of stuff and it's just like the greatness of God. You know, God is great. God is great. The greatness of God.
Okay.
Jews are better than everybody else. The greatness of God. Jews, God, good. God, Jews, good. And it's just like there's no spirituality component. It's all just
Well,
glory
that's
is God. What?
Not all of it is not.
Everything
What
we
you were
read,
reading on that
everything
particular-
we read had
That was that one day.
It was just empty. And I was hoping to go there as a Jew who's found spirituality and connect spiritually into Judaism. And I was
Right.
like, and that's what I wanted. That's when I met with the rabbi because like I'm doing all this higher power stuff and I'm Jewish. And it's like, I never got wind of like Jewish higher power in any kind of good way except for like Israeli tanks. And like, you know what I mean? Like Jews are better. We're chosen.
So
you're
after
not.
that bar mitzvah, you met with a rabbi?
No.
Oh,
no.
oh.
I should make an appointment now. But
Appointment?
I should have an appointment with a rabbi.
Just call up a temple and say, hey,
Yeah.
can I stop by?
yeah.
Are you a member of a temple where you can be like, hello,
No.
I'd like to speak to the rabbi?
No.
Yeah, you should do that. But I mean, the whole thing is like you're going to get a different perspective from someone who has no experience dealing with recovery than you would with someone who might have some experience in that area, training or something, where they can say, I've counseled some people in the congregation on this very thing, and I could give you some insight from my perspective. Of course, because if you don't know anything about recovery, how are you going to provide insight?
Have you ever had any feeling of Jewish spirituality?
Sure.
Okay, and tell me about it.
I don't know. I can't give you an example. But of course, whenever I'm with my Jewish family, I feel very connected. I feel very Jewy.
That's
I feel Jewy
every
all
time
the
I eat brisket and gravy. I
feel very Jewish all the time.
Right. I feel Jewish all the time.
time.
I'm all the time.
Yeah.
No, but I'm talking about God. Like I'm talking about the bigger, the God with the G.
Sure,
you know.
yeah, here and there. I couldn't give you a specific thing, but definitely some kind of a connection. Yeah.
I don't believe you at all.
I'm not making it up. I wouldn't say that it's a look. If it were a deeper connection, I might find myself at Temple
With
once a week.
Tallis and the suit. And
Yeah, it's not. I have friends that do that. I'm not. Yeah, I'm obviously not there, so it's a different type of connection.
I long for a deeper spiritual connection.
So there you go. You should be
doing it
every
up
day.
full time.
You should be doing it every day. Going.
Listen, every morning.
shul every day.
No, I'm incredibly spiritual. I pray every day. I just don't have it doesn't feel Jewish to me. It just feels universal to me.
You're not connected to.
You're not. You had fun. You ate spare ribs today.
Yeah. What is that? I'm not.
You're
It's
not-
not about me. It's
you're-
about you. I'm good.
I'm connected. I just don't feel connected to Jewish spirituality. Is what I'm saying.
Try another spirituality then.
Like what? Buddhist?
Sure.
All right. Here we go. Stay strong, Dopey Nation. Fucking toodles for Chris.
Dopey, I'm face down on the floor. Dopey, please sir, can I have some more? Dopey, said Dopey.